¿Recuerdas esos gráficos pixelados y la música pegadiza? Ahora puedes disfrutarlo nuevamente, ya sea que quieras volver a demostrar tus habilidades en Metal Slug, aventurarte en el mundo de...
Así que no esperé más y decidí probarla. Y lo que más me gustó es la forma tan ordenada que tienen todos los videojuegos comparado con otras consolas que son más clásicas. Y seleccioné mi videojuego favorito que no había en otras consolas y la encontré aquí, Fútbol Peruano 97. Además de eso también me sorprendí porque encontré Crash Bash, mi juego favorito de PlayStation. Yo pregunté este videojuego en otros lugares si no había y aquí sí lo tienen. Y lo mejor es que puedes seleccionar si los quieres con mandos a pilas o con mandos recargables. Cualquiera de los dos funciona.
Righty ho, so anyone on TikTok at the moment for the last couple of weeks, or is it just me? These are rammed or being rammed down my friggin' throat. Every other thing I scroll past is to buy one of these. Now, they're raved as an amazing thing and blah, blah, blah. They're the best thing ever. Essentially, it's just an Android stick and it runs off something called emulate 4.3. Now, I didn't get it off TikTok because I don't trust TikTok, so I went to eBay. A long story short, it came battered like that, the box. So I messaged the seller and he said, I don't know what happened because it was all right when I sent it out to you, but he sent it in a friggin' envelope. So it also had tape on the front. When I opened the box, the power lead was missing and it just felt that it was a used item and it was returned. So anyway, I plugged it into the telly and it was dead scat. It was all flickering and stuff like that. I goes downstairs, puts it in another telly and it was perfect. Now, when I come to plug it back into this, to my horror, when I unplugged it from the telly, that plug was still in the telly. And I was like, ah, shit, it must have been a return. So I had all the little wires hanging out of that and I was going to throw it. And I was like, okay, slid it back in, took the casing off, and there's 4 little solder anchor points on the board. And basically it just come off. Neither shit solder or what, I don't know, but I soldered it back, away it goes. It's perfect now on any telly and it's solid, the way it should be. So obviously the seller messaged me, and to be fair, he said originally, okay, you can either send it back and I'll give you a full refund, or you keep the item and I give you £25 back. Now, I only paid £30 for it. That's sort of the going rate at the moment, £30 to £40 on either Amazon or TikTok and stuff like that. And basically, it's just a Chinese stick emulator. So what did we get in the box? So in the box, we got the instructions, we got the gaming stick, we got 2 controllers, we also got a HDMI extender for the back of your TV, we got no power lead, that's not a problem, and we also got a Bluetooth dongle which does control both controllers. So in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to show you how it loads up, how it performs, and how some Amiga games work. Now, if you're like me, and I've been into the retro gaming scene for a while now, and I'm sort of a little bit savvy with emulators and Raspberry Pis, so I sort of knew that some games wouldn't work, and not all games work. Some games work horrendously. They're really bad. Some games work really well. So it interested me because Amiga games, how would they perform on that? Now, I'm not talking like just general games like, say, Lotus 2 and stuff like that. I'm talking about the things like Leisure Suit Larry, because it's mouse based and also it's keyboard based as well as point and click. At the moment, from what I can see, there's no virtual keyboard on this emulator. There is on the Spectrum, and that is another one which takes quite a while to set up. So the Amiga stuff on how to set it up and how to play properly on this emulator is going to be for another video, but today's video is just going to be showing you how it just sort of runs in general. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Right, so I must also apologise for any sort of exposure flicking in and out or going up and down. I've got the camera in automatic and the sun is going behind the clouds and stuff like that. So anyway, we're plugged into the TV at the back and I'm using a power bank just because I've got my only USB used. So this is how it loads up. Bit of volume. And at that point I thought to myself, oh, it's broke, but it's not. That's as far as the intro goes. Then it starts loading up. Just make sure the controller's on. Yep. Controllers run off 2 AAA batteries. So we're presented with this menu. Now I'm just going to flick through what we've got. So it's automatically paired as well. You don't have to pair that to the dongle. We have Spectrum, Sega SG-1000, Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, Neo Geo Pocket, Neo Geo, Pokemon. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm told it doesn't work. Virtual Game Boy, Game & Watch, Game Boy, pardon me, Nintendo Entertainment System, oh bloody hell, Hacks, Super Graphics, PC Engine, Vectrex, Odyssey 2, MSX, FB Alpha, the mighty Amiga, and the mighty C64. We have an Atom IS Wave, never heard of that before. Atari ST, Atari 800, Atari 5200, Atari 2600, Mame, Amstrad, Atari 7800, Atari Lynx, MSX2, Sega Master System, Sega 32X, the Family Computer Disk System, Sega Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket, Game Boy Color, NES, Mega Drive, Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo, Arcade Classics, PlayStation, N64, Nintendo DS, Sega, Naomi, PSP, favourites, all games, 4P games, and we're back to Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Now I've got the 128GB version, which apparently has 40,000+ games on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start off with something I played the other day and I was quite impressed with it. I think it was on here. It was Commando. Now it's the arcade one, and it actually ran pretty well, to be honest with you. Put some credits in. How did I do this now? Right. That's that one. That's that one. That's that one. What was it to start now? It's not start because you press start. It's 2-player flicks. Tell you what, let's play another one. Now, if you want to get out of this screen, you press start and select together, which takes you to the quick menu, and then you just close the content. It takes you back to the main menu. It is a little bit slow on loading up, but it's not a major issue really. Tell you what, Amiga. So what was I playing last night? We have Lotus 2. Now, I'll just show you something before we crack on with this. Auto fire is automatically selected. So when I came to play this last night, I had my finger on the Excel and it was flickering and flickering. It was breaking, it was all over the place. So what you do is you press mode and, or was it start and Y? Oh no, you need to load the game first, I do apologise. There we go. Lovely load screen. The mighty Amiga 1200. So this is a WHD load version. I think all the games are WHD load via Amiberry. And not every Amiga game is on here. What I did notice last night was Formula 1 Grand Prix. The Jeff Crammond one is not on it. So okay, what we'll do is select and Y takes you into this Win UAE emulator screen. Something has just fell off the windowsill. So if you go to input, and you go port 1, which is this one, twin USB joystick and you've got auto fire. So you need to go down to that and select no auto fire and then go back down to resume. So there we go, there, resume. So push button to accelerate. Now this is where this game sort of falls down with the emulator, because unlike say Amiga on the Pi 400, there's no keyboard, there's no virtual keyboard on this. Well, on this emulator I should say, on the actual thing that is on other emulators I should say, sorry. So I think, and I haven't tried it yet, someone said you can plug in a USB hub and have a mouse, a keyboard and the two controllers, but again that's for another video. So we're just going to play first level, which is the forest level on Lotus 2. I'm not sure if the whole package of this is WHD load. But anyway, it's A to accelerate and it just runs pretty much as it should on any emulator or any Amiga. Sound is really good. You can obviously mess around with the screen as well. You can have it like slightly bigger than that and full screen and all that. So yeah, that's Lotus 2. And again, mode and select and start, sorry, get you into this little screen. So we're going to come out of that. So as you can see, there's the last games I played, which is Alcatraz, Another World Lost Level. Cannon Fodder is a bit weird because you've got to set that up. Formula 1 Grand Prix, I don't know whether you can see that on camera, but you've got Jeff Crammon's box there, cover. You've got Microprose Formula 1 Grand Prix. Unfortunately, the game is not Microprose Grand Prix, it's just Grand Prix. So, but it's got a ton of games on the Amiga. Really fucking loads of games. So we've got Mame. Again, some of these don't work and some of these do require a little bit of a setup. You got the arcade version of Turtles there, the Simpsons as well, 4-player. I don't know how you're going to set that up with only 2 controllers. What was one I played the other day? So I haven't really touched any of these yet. So Super Nintendo, you have got quite a lot. Again, I haven't really looked through them all. So arcade classics. As I say, I'm pretty sure on this that Final Fight was on it and it wouldn't work. So essentially, I think if you don't sort of, so what on the PlayStation screen now, just there, if you don't keep it straight, it will flick to the next emulator. So we'll come out of that. I say it's a bit scatty. Now PS1 games as well. They are good, but I like the music, and some PS1 games, as we know, do not sort of like run very well on emulators music wise, because if you didn't already know, PS1 games run off the music sometimes runs off the CD. So the likes of Ridge Racer requires the CD for the soundtrack. The whole soundtrack of Ridge Racer is on the CD. Yeah, so as I was saying, so the likes of Ridge Racer requires the CD to run the music, and unfortunately there is no ROMs that I've come across ever which has got this music included. And also Ridge Racer does run a little bit quick as well. So I'm just going to give you the quick blast of it. It's got to be the best driving game on the PS1 this. So when you press the start button, you should hear Ridge Racer and then the music, but obviously it's not. High level. And the best car to get is that one. And start. The game, what makes the game for me is the music. And without the music, it's unplayable. So you can either use the thumbstick or you can use the D-pad. Both of them are very, very oversensitive in my opinion. Now you can probably set it up better, I think, in the BIOS, but I'm not sure. See, it's just a bit too quick for my liking. See, no. What we're going to do is come out of that one and we're going to have a look at the Spectrum games. I think it runs off fuse. Right, so if we press select and Y, it brings up the virtual keyboard. Now, oh, sorry. If you just press C, it's completely unplayable. You can't move it or nothing like that. But there is a way of setting it up, but again, that's for another video. It's just straight off the bat. If you're not sort of familiar with emulators and how they work, and if some of them do need setting up, you will struggle. Dreamcast. There's not a lot of games on the Dreamcast. Fighting Force. Crazy Taxi 1 and 2's on there, like. Mortal Kombat as well. Let's have a look at Mortal Kombat Gold, should we? So this should be set up to run straight away. Let me just get that camera a bit closer. Right, let's come out of that.
Unicom Developments Limited Entertainment Software Games. Electronic fun for everyone.
Right. Oh dear. I mean, this appears to be running really well, I'm going to be honest. Oh, sit on my face, man. Uppercut. Okay. That runs well. Let's come out of that. What else have we got very quickly? What I'll do, I'll show you a couple more games and I'll give you my thoughts at the end of the video. Game & Watch, I was never really a fan of them, but they're all on there. Apparently every one of them's on there. PC Engine, MSX, FB Alpha, we've had that one, haven't we? Ghouls and Ghosts is on there. I think this is where, let me see. Right, also, if you keep the D-pad pressed down when you're flicking to the menus, it just goes off. You're best using the thumbstick. So it just, oh, it's sometimes a pain in the fucking ass. So, let me see. So here's Ghouls and Ghosts anyway. Okay. Ah, okay. That is pretty nice. I'm quite happy with that one. Fire is A and jump is B. All set up nicely. got to be one of the hardest games ever made. Oh my god. So frustrating, so frustrating. It's just that and the other one, Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts. Oh my god. Okay, so Final Fight 30th anniversary. Is this the one that wouldn't work? I wonder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this didn't work. It's not looking good. No. But there is a way around it, I'm told. Let's have Zap. Bit of Zap. Oh, I'm so tired. That's what you get for working nights, George. Right, come on, just give me a game. Just give me a game to play. There we go. Zap. Well, we know that works. Moving swiftly on. Again, all these things are going to be for later videos, so if I'm just flicking through them quickly, that's why. I'm not just, you know, oh yeah, what's this one? Atari ST. What was a game? We're going to load Lotus 2 again because I remember the music being awful on the ST version. Yeah, there's loads of fucking games on there. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. A, B, C, D, F, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Well, I've gone past it. I've gone past it. I hope it's on here. It's got to be on it. It's got to be. It's not. It's not. Lombard Valley. There's one. Random game. A random game. 1040 STE. That was the ST I had back in the day. Before I sadly sold that crock of shite and bought an Amiga. Ah, okay. So again, I do believe you're supposed to click on that, but everything is just useless. So, oh, hang on, oh, hang on, oh, hang about. We have mouse action. So we do actually have, I'll take that back. We do have mouse action. There we go. Yeah, so that is set up, I think. How do you load it though? Virtual keyboard. Oh, this is a mess, this. Anyway, that's for another video. And again, like I've said, you know, if you just want to plug and play these games and relive some childhood games, you are going to struggle if you don't know sort of how to set these emulators up and such. So let me try. We've had that, haven't we? I think. I'll tell you what, we'll have Afterburner 1 because it was an absolutely brilliant game on the arcade. Well, this is Afterburner 2. It'll do anyway. Okay, insert coin. Oh, no, it's Afterburner. Is it Afterburner 1? Oh, do you know what this emulator does not know what it's doing? fireworks. And nothing at all. Now I'm going to move swiftly onto Master System and play one of my Master Systems. So I'm moving on to the Master System and I'm playing one of my favourite games of all time on the Master System. Just got great memories of this game when I first started school back in 1989. And we played this on a mate's Master System and I just fucking fell in love with it. Absolutely amazing game. There we go, Passing Breeze. Right, what we got here? So we got B to accelerate. And we have oh yeah, so we got, so it's B to accelerate and the thumbstick changes the gear to high and then it works as it should. Graphics are a little bit scatty, but it is a Master System, so let's come out of that one. I just expected that car to be a little bit more red. It's a bit pink. We'll try one more and I'll wrap it up because I'm not going to show you everything because you're not going to want to sit there and watch me think, yo, but apparently it's got 40,000+ games. Now I'm going to try, okay, so we'll go PSP and we'll go Vice City Stories. Now I think I did try this the other day and it ran like absolute dog shit. There's no PS2 on it, there's no Xbox original on it. Can we skip? Yes, we can. Cracking little game, this on the PSP. A little bit scatty there. Slowing down. Yeah, now I'll come to that before I actually get copyright. So let's exit. Lower that down. So this one again, for some reason you cannot see. Oh yeah, you can. Do apologise. Right, we'll have one more and I'll wrap it up. So many games to choose from. Sega SG-1000, Sega Genesis, Dreamcast. I'll just pick a random one. Virtual Boy. Yeah, you know what that's going to be. All red games. Super Graphics. Nothing that interests me on that. Only 2 games on the PC Engine. Afterburner 2. What's that one there? Let's see how this works and we'll call it a day. Oh, we got Outrun as well. PC Engine Outrun. Never had one of these back in the day, but I do remember they were quite popular. I don't think that works. Nope. Vectrex. Never had one back in the day. Odyssey. Never had one. MSX. FB Alpha. Amiga. What's this one? This is... only a couple of games on that. Tell you what, let's try the Rumblefish. Never heard of that one. Flycast. A Tommy Swave. Oh, this is all. Just give me the action, please. Okay, I can read all that, honestly. I can read all that. Don't need to know all this. Let's cut to the chase, girl.
Round one, fight!
That runs quite well. Nice and smooth. So we'll call that one a day there. And what I'll do, I'll give you my thoughts now at the end of this video on what I think of it and if you should buy one. So that was a little look at the X2 Game Stick. Now, as I say, you can buy them off TikTok or you can buy them off Amazon, you can buy them off eBay and just general anywhere on the internet basically. So for £30, don't get me wrong, I'd pay £30 all day long for them. And it's an emulator, it's a stick, and you can probably do it yourself for cheaper. I get that. But if you're sort of like never got into this before and you're just looking for a quick fix, by all means knock yourself out. Just bear in mind that not all games work and stuff like that. Now, one thing I will recommend is when you get it, if you can, and if you're not familiar with this, try and back up your SD card. If you can't, download something called Win32 Disk Imager on your computer and then go on YouTube and have a look how you do it, because the memory cards they give you a shite, and I think before long they're going to burn out. But you know, for 30 quid, not bad. Now the controllers, I don't know the longevity of them. They're cheap and they're nasty. They're not as premium feeling as a PS2 one, but why would they? Because you know it's not a PS2 essentially. Yeah, they are good, as I say. Some Amiga games and basically keyboard-based games will not work. They do require a lot of setup. So as I say, in future videos and hopefully in the next video, pardon me, in the next video will be how to set up an Amiga in it and play Amiga Pod, because that is the sole reason why I bought one of these sticks. I asked the mate to show me another world and it ran sound, and a few games ran like Shadow of the Beast 2 and stuff like that, Lotus 2. And then it got me thinking, well, keyboard-based games and stuff like that. I haven't tried it with a hub yet, so it may just work straight off the bat with a hub and might need no setting up and stuff like that. But today's video was just a little look at this stick and how it performs and what you can do with it. As I say, you can add games to it. It's no sort of like cop-out. 40,000 plus games. I'm not going to sit there and count them all, you know. So yeah. So as always, cheers for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Chewie.